Alright, hi everyone, it's Destructor, and today I'm gonna do a tutorial for Metroid Zero mission in speedrun for the 9% normal category, which is basically the low percent category. We're using the name of 9% normal because the lowest percentage possible in this game is 9%. It's technically possible to get 8%. I just put a video right here or a link in the description from the Biosparks channel which show how to get 8%. It's actually only on TAS, I think. Don't really think it's possible to do on console because there's a lot of out-of-bound glitches and memory corruption, but technically it's possible to get 8%. But for now we're going to be only interested in the 9% normal category. We're doing the difference between normal and hard because in hard, missile expansion only gives you 2 missiles instead of 5 in normal, which is a pain if you really want to do a low percent hard. This is why we're only going to do low percent normal in this. So I'm just going to hop into the basics before going to the gameplay. So here are different items that you'll need to pick up during the run. So in order, you'll pick up morph ball, then missiles, which is going to be the only missiles pack that you'll pick up during the run. But then bombs, then the plasma beam, which is the first on an item, power grip, ice beam, release on an item, which is gravity suit, then craze on an item, which is space jump. Those 3 on an item that will become real items when you will have your fully powered suit after Charlie. And then at the end I put Varia suit. It's because during the run we will not pick up Varia suit, but the game instantly gives you Varia suit when you have your fully powered suit after Charlie. So it's the 9th item, even though we only pick up 8 during the run. It's only because of that. So in general, the 9% route is kind of similar to the 80% route, which is why if you have good basics in any percent, you will only need to learn some rooms and boss fight for 9%, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, I suggest you to, before have good basics on any percent, then maybe if you want, try 9%. So let's jump into the gameplay. The beginning is really similar, especially, well, honestly, until bombs. Well, there will not be a lot of change, especially in the beginning for the 9% route. So the beginning, for a moment, exactly the same, just pick up the morph ball. I want to apologize in advance if you can hear my control sound, sorry for that, but you might probably hear me typing on my controller. It's kinda loud, sorry for that. So what makes this category difficult? It's not really the execution, it will be most about boss fights and the RNG. Tourian with the Metroids can be a little bit tricky if you don't have good RNG. Well, you only have, well, the basics is 9% is hard because you only have 5 missiles and 99 health. You will not have anything else basically to defend yourself. So your life will depend on the drops that the boss will give you. So as I said, same beginning that for any percent, just gonna pick up the missiles. First and only missile tank of the game, of the category, to be honest. Then if you can get a double on the worm, not. Alright, spikes. Well, this is, I'm not doing a speedrun, so I don't really care for this, but for the moment. Alright, so after the worm fight, you want to have as much missile as possible. At least 4. If you are under 4, alright, I'm gonna be at 4. Alright, I want to pick up 5, basically. Alright, I will stay at 4 then. You want to at least have 4 for the high room, but if you can get 5, get 5, because each missiles is really important for the hive room. It's gonna help you a lot. So don't go to the right. You don't need to pick up that missile tank because you want to pick up the least items as possible. So what you want to do, if you only have 4 missiles, just destroy the first hive by shooting all your missiles in, and then if you have 2 or 1 missiles left, use them on the last hive. Alright, I'm very bad at the moment, I'm sorry for that. And just finish the last hive by just spamming the beam inside of it. Be careful of not dying because this room can be really tricky. You can die in it pretty easily. Go over that missile tank, we don't want to use it to take it. Then for this energy tank, you don't need to do a stupid jump above it, you just need to go there, wall jumping on this wall, just skip it. Then you basically want to continue toward the bombs, and you'll need just to pick up 1 missile. 1 missile drop is what you will need because bombs are obviously behind the red door and you will need missiles to open red door. Alright, here's a missile drop. Basically at this point you will be low on health and missiles, so what you want to do at bombs is just to refill. So just pick up bombs and refill. Because you will need missiles pretty much every time, especially because in the hive room we did not destroy the 3rd hive at the left of the room. I think I said right when I was in. Alright, my bad. We did not destroy the one at the left of the room, so all the hives will respawn, which is pretty bad because we'll need to destroy at least 1 more. This is why we need missiles. If you took damage in this room, just try to kill. If you took damage from the box, just try to kill 1 enemy in this room to get your health back. Well, honestly, it's not that much important because you'll probably lose health anyway in hive room in the way back. Then same, just wall jump on this wall to avoid the energy tank. Then don't shoot the block to not pick up the missile tank. Oh my bad, I shot a missile. So what I want to do for this is just jump high, shoot 3 and take 2 beam shot in the hive. This is how I do the way back for the hive room. I think it's the most consistent and the fastest way to get through this room on the way back. Then make your way towards North Air. Don't take the charge beam. If you can, try to refill as much as possible. You want to have a maximum amount of health and missiles when you enter North Air. This is very bad. I'm very bad at this game, sorry about that. Alright, 3 missiles is good. Full health and 3 missiles is clearly enough. As in any percent, just make your way toward the first unknown item, using your missiles to kill the enemies on your way. Important thing that I need to mention, the things you will see me do during this tutorial are basically my strats. So maybe there's some strats that are better than mine, but I just want to show how I play the game. Don't pick up the missile tank. I'm always saying don't pick up this is because when you're first doing this category, when you're doing this category for the first time, it's easy to pick up an item by initiation. Like after killing Kraid, you need to enter the room to open the door, and usually it happens that you take the speed booster without thinking about it, which obviously kills the category because you took an item that you don't want to, so you need to reset. which is something that can be really frustrating. Same route than any Oh right, I failed it. Same route than 80%. Try to do bomb jumps if you can. If you can't, just do wall jumps. Alright, this is not how you're supposed to break the block. You're supposed to shoot with your beam instead of just destroying it with a bomb, but anyway. I want missiles, thank you. 3 missiles at this point is good enough. You don't need much. Personally, when I'm not at 5 missiles, I kill this enemy just to get 1 missile more. Be careful to don't take any damage by falling into the lava or hitting an enemy, because otherwise you'll need to refill, and we don't want to refill it because it's taking a lot of time. Then ice beam, same as the 80%. I want to keep my 3 missiles, this is why I only shooted 1 to destroy a block. Skip the statue. Alright, fortunately I missed, and I also fell into the lava, which causes me to lose some health, which is pretty bad. I'll need to pick up some health after, but oh, missile dropped. That's good. I'll take it. At this point you want to be at full health. Actually, during the entire run you want to be at full health, because it will allow you to have much more chances to get missile drops. When you're at full health, you have a lot of chances to get missile drops. A lot more than if you were not in full health. Then the first boss, if we can really call it a boss, the cocoon, which can be a little bit annoying sometimes. So basically what you want to do is just froze this Reaper in position and destroy those little balls that the cocoon is throwing to get drops. Alright, that's bad. I froze it in a really bad position, and I also took damage. I'm really bad on the cocoon fight, sorry about that. Alright, then when he is dead, try to pick up as much drops as you can, because you will need them. Then we'll enter Ridley. So there's only one room in Ridley that can be a little bit tricky. It's the room with the side hoopers, which can be dangerous, and if you will need a lot of missiles. It's not like you have the charge beam in it, like in 80% and you can froze all the side hoopers in place. Then in this category, because you're doing 30 damage per hit, you cannot run through them. You can, but you might die if you really want to do so. So it's preferable to kill them. As in 80%, just shoot the missile downward, because when we will be on our way back, the block will already be destroyed. So you really want to enter the side hooper's room with at least 2 missiles to kill the first one. Because if you don't have missiles, you will need to kill him by beam, which is real annoying. At least these enemies can give you drops, which is something that you really need. And if I cannot pick up my drops, I'm bad. Alright, seems like I'm bad anyway, so doesn't really matter. Yes, I'm bad, definitely. So this is definitely not the way you want to exit the Sideburst room. You can see I have 0 missiles, and at least you want to have 3 missiles, because you'll need to destroy the eye door to enter Ridley's room. And if you don't, you can farm in the Sideburst room. This is much faster, I think. But if you didn't, you can just farm here. Just morph in front of it and unmorph and shoot a missile when it opens. Then jump and try to pick up all the drops if you can. You'll need as much missiles as you can. Pick up this unknown item. And here's the first boss fight. So basically, Ridley can be dangerous if you don't play it safe. So basically, Ridley requires 50 missiles to kill. The strategy is just to stay underneath him and just paying attention, not going too far, because if you do, you will get grabbed by his claw and just gonna pick you up and shoot you fireballs right in the face, and you have pretty much like 1% chances to get out of it in life. If you get grabbed, you can survive it. It's really tough, and you want to still being in movement, because if you don't, he will hit you by his tail, which causes a lot of damage. I think it's 50 damage, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm mistaken, but don't really know. So basically, you'll need a lot of RNG in this, because you'll need him to shoot a lot of fireballs in order to pick up the drops. So this is how I play Ridley. So basically, just shoot all your 5 missiles right here. Destroy his little fireballs, and you just need to stay right here. No need to panic, he cannot hit you. Then, as you saw, he will shoot fireballs in random way, so you need to be lucky on it. But this is basically how the entire Ridley fight is gonna happen. You just need to wait for him to shoot fireballs. When he does, destroy them, pick up the missile drops. When he's shooting fireballs in this place, you can destroy at least 3 and get 3 missile drops, which can be really good. But when he's in this position, I only pick up 2. I can pick up the missile drop towards the door, which might be really faster. You saw this can be really dangerous because the timing is really tight. I know that another 9% runner named Mandatoby, another really good 9% runner, is using that strategy, but I don't for the moment, because it can be really tricky. But you can do that, you saw, but I took damage, which can be really dangerous. So I'm not using this strategy, but you can if you want. Alright, so Ridley is down, not that much trouble. If you can pick up all the drops that you can, try to refill at your full health and full missiles. Then for this room, you want to do a specific strategy. You don't need to go there, because if you're going there, you will have the the alls move, so I'll just reset the room. You cannot pass that energy tank, so you just basically, I'm just resetting the room because the alls move and I don't want it to move. You will just run straight, missile, missile, and it's the way you want to do the room. And you need to be really fast, but if you have the good setup, the good timings, you will not get hit. Then right here, just want to pick up some drops because you will need it to destroy red doors and missile blocks. You want to get at least 4 missiles at this point. You can refill right here also if you want. I think it might be faster because it's right in front of you. Be careful to don't go to the right and pick up that missile tank, otherwise you will kill your run. Just go there and use the cannon. Will not take high jump, obviously. Alright, what am I doing? So as always, not that much to say. Just, we're gonna make our way towards Crate now. A really important thing, you need to at least have 1 missile entering Crate, because if you will need to destroy a red door, and if you don't have any missiles, you'll need to find a missile drop in Crate, which is really tricky because the rate drop of the enemies in Crate is really low. So you just need to go there. I want just to explain something. We can basically do the acid worm skip as in any %. We can go there and just doing the AWS if we want to, but we will not, because if we do, it will give us some troubles later, because yeah, we'll see. You will see. So we'll need in this category to, alright, this is not the right room, sorry about that. We'll need to fight the acid worm in this category. You need to fall into the acid in order to avoid that missile tank. Don't forget just to stop in front of those little tunnels that give you enemies to farm some health and missiles. Important thing, be careful, don't take this rail just by jumping in it, because if you do, you will be right at the good height to take the energy tank right here, so you need to be there using a bomb, then you can avoid the energy tank. So there you will farm because you want full health, and if you can, full missiles. As always, you want to be at full health to get good drops. So here will come the acid worm fight. So to kill the acid worm, you'll need 30 missiles and shoot him 5 by 5, obviously. Alright, I already missed 1 missile, which is really bad. So basically what you want to do, you want to stay here, making him shoot his little items. Alright, and that's bad RNG. You want to have always 3 drops if you can hear, and then when you have all 5, you can shoot all of your 5 missiles, waiting for him to go back in the acid, and doing the same. Like this. That's bad. I missed the timing. Alright, so because I missed 1 missile at the beginning, he only needs one more shot now. There it is. Now that we activated the rail, we can make our way towards Crate. Same as the way on, fall into the acid to avoid that missile tank. You cannot jump above, so you need to go under, obviously. Alright, this is bad. I shouldn't have used all those missiles. You want to have as much missiles as you can to enter this room. You can either freeze the side of the person like this. Alright, I got good patterns and good RNG on the freeze, which is good. I forgot one thing. If you are at 0 missiles, you need to go there and farm. Basically. Just want to have some missiles. At least 2. Destroy the eye door and the door, pick up the drops. So now will come the crate fight. So crate fight can be either really fast if you have the good strategy and really slow if you don't get the good strategy. Basically you have 3 phases and we will enter in the second phase right at the beginning of the fight because we will shoot all of our missiles. So basically what you want to do is just shooting him with 10 missiles, then we'll stand at the edge of the platform and at least have 4 missiles on us and 2 missile drops on the screen. Then we want to shoot him as much as we can because when he's orange or red, the platform is not there anymore because he will destroy it and you will to stand on his big spikes that he's throwing, which is kind of strange to be honest, but this is really hard to do if he's in his 3rd phase, so we want to do as much damage as possible and have as much ammunition as possible when he's right at the end of his 2nd phase. So here is how I do the crate fight. Shoot all of your 5 missiles in his mouth at the beginning because it's already open. We are at 5 hits, so stand at the edge of the platform and take the drops. Alright, 4, it's perfect. You want to have drops, okay. So that, for the moment, that's not a problem. You want to at least shoot him as much as you can. 7 hits. I can do 3 more. Alright, he's at 9. I want to have 1 more. Oh, okay, I played it bad. Apparently he's... Alright, I'm bad. So now this is really bad. Because you see why it's tricky, because you can only stand on these little things, and they are exploding after a certain amount of time. Alright, so Crate is done. That was not a good fight, to be honest. So what I wanted to do, it was just hitting him at 10. I just wanted to hit him 10 times and getting as much missiles as I can, and have all the missiles I can on the screen to just shot him once using all of my missiles, then take the drops and using them as well to kind of do a combo and try to kill him without having to deal with his last phase, which is actually really annoying, as you saw, because you'll need to stand on the spikes, and because they're exploding after a certain amount of time, it's really hard to deal with them. So you can see that even though Crate is dead, you cannot exit the room. The door will not open. So you want to enter the speed booster room, but don't take it. You just need to go back and the door will be open. And be really careful of that, because a lot of times I'm picking up the speed booster because I'm not paying attention, so the run is dead. So then, because we don't have the speed booster, just to exit this room, break the block above and do bomb jumps to exit the room. Then you just need to wall jump right here and go above. Unfortunately, I'm bad at it, sorry. Alright, so here is the room why we wanted to have this thing activated. We don't have speed booster, so we cannot spark through it as in any percent. Which is the problem. We can do it by doing HBJ, horizontal bomb jump, but this is really hard because there are 10 flies on our way, and you can use them in your advantage, like freezing them, and you can always win a little bit of distance, if I can say like that. But this trick is just ridiculously hard, and nobody will, well, for the moment nobody has ever tried it in a 9% run, and for the moment I don't think anybody will. So this is why this is ridiculously hard, because the room is really long, and during horizontal bomb jump will be really long. You need to do a combo of maybe, I don't know, 20 horizontal bomb jumps in a row, which is really hard. So we just want to morph here, taking like this and just spamming the bombs to destroy these flies, because if they are eating you, obviously you are falling to the acid, and this is a lot of time lost. Then we'll just make our way back. So personal strike right here, I'm using the cannon to get up. This is actually faster to only just climbing it as a manual way, if I can say like that, but I prefer using the cannon because I'm really bad at climbing the room. So if you're good at climbing that room without high jump and dealing with all these enemies, like, do it if you want, but I personally use the cannon. It's only like 1 second time lost, which is not that much compared to the time that you can lose if you have bad parries on these enemies and you are not good at avoiding them or killing them. So if you're low on health, or basically you don't have full health and full missiles here, just riffle right here. Then we'll do same climb. Alright, that was not good. You want to be at full health, basically. And we'll just climb all the way up to the room. To get to Tourian. Or basically, instead of refilling at the statue before the climbing room, you can just riffle here. Which is actually, to be honest, faster, because you don't need to be attention and you can take damage in the room before without paying attention, because you can riffle at the statue here. So this is my bad. then we'll enter Tourian. So because I want to split this tutorial, I'm just gonna end this first part right here. We saw the basics of the 9% category and how to deal with Ridley and Kraid. So I'll stop right here and start the second part right after that. So see you.